This is the Clinical Leadership Podcast with your hosts, Dr. Alex Earl and Dr. Ryan Gavin. Ryan, thanks for joining me on the show tonight.
Of course.
We
Always a
wanted
pleasure.
So sorry for interrupting. It's so rude on my part. So Ryan, for those of you that don't know Ryan, he helps run Midwest. There's a group of us. We refer to ourselves as the Advisory Council. We make all the collective decisions. We meet regularly. We've met regularly while maintaining social distancing.
It's been a while.
We are back with an update. It's been a while. We've been recording episodes the past couple of months. We have some in the queue, but we wanted to come on here today and just give you guys a quick update on what we've been doing, what our plans are for the future, as well as kind of updating our podcast to include different shorter episodes. Previously, we've done interview type episodes where, Ryan and I come on, we interview industry experts and hear their journey, hear their story. And we're going to mix it up a little bit in the future here. We're going to have little hitter episodes that are going to be geared towards your daily commute to and from work. They're going to be about 10 to maybe 20 minutes tops. And they're going to be strictly it is going to be strictly related to how you can succeed in clinical practice. Whether you're a business owner, we'll give a business tip. If it's a clinician that's listening and they want a clinical tip, that's going to be our goal. And we've got our first episode lined up for a rehab tip. We got that lined up next. So that'll be the next episode that will come out. But Ryan, take us through a little bit of the updates that we have here at Midwest, and along with maybe some of the classes that we have lined up for next year.
So everyone knows 2020 is we're done with courses for the year.
It's done. It's over with.
It's done. We're ready to put that I think everybody's ready to put 2020 behind us. 2021, got some great speakers lined up. Tim Gabbett will be back. His workload management was really an interesting course. He's one of the top researcher on the topic in the world. Really entertaining, really knowledgeable.
Well, he'll be here in June, and we'll have him for 2 weekends, 2 classes. We'll do 1 class in Chicagoland, and most likely the second class will be here in the Midwest area. We have yet to finalize an exact location. It's most likely going to be Columbus, Ohio. We've got a pretty good connection out in Columbus and a lot of interest for his class out there. Just finalizing some details there. It will be, I believe, in June. So we will have limited seating at both classes. Just throw that out there. The next class, after Tim's class, we've got another wonderful industry expert lined up to come down to teach us about hips. And we have Dr. Jonathan Snyder, who's coming over. He runs a wonderful class called The Athlete's Hip. Very, very well respected in the hockey, lacrosse, soccer community. Pretty much any rotational sport that involves the lower quarter. He is one of the go-tos in the industry. So he will be here approximately a year from now. I believe it's November, the first weekend in November of 2021. Registration and information is on his website as well as ours. And we are really excited. We've never hosted him before. He comes highly rated, and we expect a sellout. So we're really, really excited for his class. We also have our innovative musculoskeletal dry needling certification program coming back for a 5th year. This time we will be running classes in Chicago, in Minneapolis, in Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin, we don't have a firm date or location yet, but since there has been a change, or maybe I should probably say an amendment to the scope of practice in Wisconsin. So if you're a chiropractor practicing in the state of Wisconsin, you already know this, but you cannot render acupuncture as it's not considered a part of your scope. However, the board has recently just made a decision that dry needling is considered a physical therapy service, in which case physical therapy services are a part of the chiropractic scope. So therefore, chiropractors can do dry needling. They still cannot do acupuncture. but they can still do they can now do dry needling. The hours minimum has not been determined yet, but we are anticipating 25 hours minimum up in Wisconsin. The exact same scenario has played out in Florida. So if you're a chiropractor in Florida or Wisconsin, I would highly recommend you stay close to your email. We'll be emailing you guys over the coming weeks. If you want to, you can join our email list on our website. You can jump into the newsletter and opt in, and that way we can get your email address so you can find out any updated courses in your area. But we do expect a high amount of interest for our dry needling classes in those two states starting in January already of 2021. That leads us to acupuncture. We've got a 100-hour musculoskeletal acupuncture program. 50 hours of it is online. 50 hours of it is in person. The 50 hours of in-person are covered over 2 weekends. We will be doing those weekends in Chicago, possibly St. Louis, and possibly Minneapolis and Dallas again in 2021, since so many people were affected by those cancellations and postponements this year in 2020 because of, COVID. So that is dry needling and acupuncture updates and plans for the future. We still have Dr. Gary Eastad teaching dry needling, and we still have Dr. Lauren Keller teaching our acupuncture program.
In February, we've got Ben Weatherford from Owens Recovery Science coming for another BFR certification course, which was one of I think the last one that Midwest put on. Went really well, even with social distancing and the precautions in place. They have the disposable limb protection sleeves, and the BFR cuffs were getting cleaned after each use, so you're still able to get a lot of information and a lot of good workshop in during the courses. Hopefully by February we've got don't have to worry about that stuff as much, but if so, it was still able to run pretty smoothly even with all that in place.
Yeah, I was there for that class with Ben back in, was that early October here, and I mean, it those single use limb protective sleeves are really nice. It's strange, and I almost feel bad using them once and then throwing them away. But yeah, those single use occlusion sleeves are or what'd you call them, a limb protective sleeve?
Mm.
Yeah, those are really nice. I think the group will really enjoy using them during the class. That is another one of the classes that we've hosted, and we'll host one, maybe two of those every year. They have sold out every single time. Now, the one thing I will say about BFR and the certification class that we offer, we act as a host for that class. And so if you want to register, we've got a link on our website under the courses tab that'll take you right to the ORS website where you can enroll through them. That's how you'll get certified and you'll get into their approved providers database. And fun fact, you have to be certified in order to buy a Delphi device. We will certainly have a podcast on here to explain the severity of not having a Delphi device. We will. Absolutely. Ryan, to close us out here, another group that we've spent the last probably 18 months working with to get classes in the US here is the Neuro-Orthopedic Institute. So the NOI group, they've got a very, very keynote researcher by the name of Lorimer Mosley and an author by the name of David Butler. They've done fantastic events all over the world. And anyways, they have agreed to do 2 classes with us here in the Chicagoland area. We will be using our office here in the Carroll Stream area. But if we get too many people, we've got a hotel reserved in the event that we get more than 24, which we are planning on around 50 people to attend for these NOI group courses. The main class, the keynote class is Explain Pain, based off of the book of the same title by Lorimer Mosley and David Butler. And the second class is called the Mobilization of the Neuroimmune System. and that is a really interesting class that will be taught here as well. I hope I said that right. Mobilization of the neuroimmune system. I think so. MONUS. MONUS
Mhm.
is that. So anyways, we will have Explain Pain and a MONUS course at some point in 2021, but Australia has had very strict COVID travel restrictions. So we are anticipating it. The earliest that instructors will come to the US here will be the second half of the second half of the year in 2021.
It's funny you saying Lorimer Mosley and David Butler, like they're two people that you'd never heard of.
Well, I think you kind of have to, because some people don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we get Mosley here? I have emailed with him a little bit. He responds pretty quickly, but yeah, I think it would take him a good offer to come all the way out from wherever he is in Brisbane or Melbourne or Sydney to come all the way out to Chicago. You know?
Yeah. I think that's it for courses, right?
That's it for courses. What else you got for us?
I did want to, something that I don't think there's been a ton of like promotion for, but the Midwest Scholarship.
Oh
You
yeah,
want to talk about that at all?
that's right. Yeah, yeah. We are frequently asked by students in chiropractic schools if we offer discounts, and while we do and we don't, depending on if we're the host or if we're the actual organizer for the class. What we have decided to do is to steadily increase our annual scholarship fund. So a portion of all of our registrations that we get throughout the year goes into a fund off to the side. So at the end of every year, we have set aside funds for our annual scholarship. Last year, we had Parker Hughes, who won it from, I believe he was at chiropractic school in Minneapolis. And the goal for the fund or the scholarship is to help offset the cost of some of these educational events. We know that our classes are expensive. We know that in a lot of times, in a lot of cases, it involves travel, restaurants, airfare, hotels, they all add up. And especially for students, we want to try to reach them and try to make attending classes that they maybe wouldn't otherwise because of financial reasons. We want to make it a little bit more feasible. So we just ask, if you go to our website, MidwestRehabilitationInstitute.com, under the advancement tab at the top, there is a scholarship link. Click on that link, follow the instructions, email us at admin@MWRI with your video submission. And the more creative, the better the answer, or possibly the better the questions that you might be able to ask us. The more that makes us think, and the more that we might view you as qualified for the scholarship. So it is completely, it's a subjective scholarship winner. The group of us will sit around and we will vote on a winner, and then the winner will receive a nice deposit into their Venmo, PayPal, Shopify. I don't know however money is transferred these days. I don't have any Bitcoin, maybe not yet. But yeah, we will make sure that you get your scholarship funds as soon as possible. Good call, Ryan. Thanks for reminding me about that. Submissions are due December 15th, and we will choose a winner by December 24th. That's right?
Yep. Yep. So nice little Christmas gift for somebody.
Nice little Christmas gift. We will make sure we get your account information, and we will get you paid if you're the chosen winner for the second annual Midwest Scholarship Fund winner.
Awesome. Anything else? I think this was longer than we planned to be for a little update here, but
that's okay.
Anything else?
I got nothing. I think some of the listeners on here really enjoy. I mean, the feedback that we're getting from listening to experts in our industry and just their journey. The feedback that we're getting is really positive. So keep that, keep the positive and the negative feedback coming in. But those are longer episodes, like we said earlier. So if you're looking for something shorter, to the point, that sort of thing, you're really going to enjoy these hitter episodes. So keep an eye out for, business episodes, and clinical Pearl episodes starting next week.